We all enjoy watching live streams, but the truth is, some live streams can be dangerous, and in the worst cases, even deadly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype up the video if you're watching on mobile. The first live stream we're looking at is known as the man in the window. This one is absolutely terrifying. And in this video, we'll break down exactly why it became so horrifying to watch.
In March 2025, TikTok user 𝗁cie_𝗂𝗃 was doing a casual late-night live stream, just chatting with her followers, when something strange happened. Now, in the moment, Hannah didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, but her viewers did.
I've
had enough of this, mate. Look at the state of you, you stupid little... Not you. You! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? This was live and you saw this?
If I ever came across something like this, I swear I'd probably lose it on the spot. Just picture turning around and suddenly spotting some terrifying creature staring at you through your own window. That's the kind of nightmare fuel that would make anyone's skin crawl. Truly horrifying.
But her viewers did.
Pero desde que me corté el cabello siento que me parezco muchísimo menos.
Oh my god!
Muchísima gente me dice que me parezco a la 𝗴𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗿 del 2018 más o menos que tiene.
Mate, that is fucking horrible. That is horrible. That is absolutely goddamn horrible.
El cabello cortito y me puse a ver fotos y nada que ver. O sea, ella se ve increíble, tenía el cabello súper bonito y yo parezco... No sé, o sea, ¿qué opinan ustedes?
The face of something can be seen peering.
The face of something. The face of death!
Inside. It lingers there for several seconds, as if watching.
Yeah, this one is beyond terrifying. Seriously, always make sure to close your blinds at night. You never know who could be watching from the outside. The next story is even crazier. While a girl was live streaming, someone was actually hiding in her closet the entire time. What happened next is absolutely chilling, and this video will explain everything.
Hey guys, so someone commented in one of my videos that I use, and I use the 𝗁cie so I'm gonna try that on, and
This one honestly feels both silly and terrifying. Why would she even go near the closet when she knew someone was hiding inside? That's such a reckless move. If it were me, I'd have bolted straight out of there and maybe even jumped into my pool just to get away. But the livestream moments only get wilder from here, so make sure you watch until the very end. The next case is about someone known as the playground man. At first, it might sound innocent, like it's just kids playing at a park, but the reality is much darker. Stick around because this one is seriously unsettling. I don't know if it's just me being a scaredy cat, but this has to be one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen. Honestly, I'd strongly recommend never going to a playground late at night because if you do, something like this could happen to you. The next story is even more disturbing. It's about a girl whose skin was basically melted off. It all started when she was eating a burger and someone snatched it away. She chased after the thief to get it back, but instead he kidnapped her and did terrible things. What happened after that is something this video is going to reveal.
Who are you? Let me in. Huh? Help me. What? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if I caught a glimpse of that out of the corner of my eye, I'd probably grab a frying pan too. That's how terrifying it looks. But at the same time, you can't help but feel awful for her. Just think about it, having your food stolen, chasing after it, and then suddenly ending up being melted alive. That's nightmare level horrifying. But the next story is even more insane, so definitely keep watching. The first person we're going to talk about is Jessica. She had a deep love for the ocean and a passion for dolphins, but one day everything took a tragic turn. Let's take a look at what happened to her.
It's over for Jessica Radcliffe. Yes, you waited well. She lived for the ocean, for creatures that run at its doors. I explain everything to you, but just take a second to subscribe. Do not pass this video without leaving rest in peace in the comments. She was already one of the most respected coaches in the world. His passion for orcas was deeper than his career. It was an obsession with life. A dream that led her to every step by her real name, Marina Lisaro. A young, smiling orca trainer, loved by everyone. And yet that day, something changed. The orca she considered her friend, her partner, suddenly changed her gaze.
I feel so bad. Why would the orca even do something like that? It just makes the whole thing even sadder. Let's continue watching to see what happened next.
Flash, he catches it. Trains at the bottom of the basin. The water becomes red. The cries are drowning in silence. The public remains frozen, helpless. And the cameras film what many describe as one of the most terrifying moments ever seen in a marine park. Except that after this drama, nothing, no trace, just viral videos, rumors, and this name.
I feel terrible for that poor woman. She only wanted to enjoy her time with the orca, but tragically, it ended up taking her life. Comment rest in peace for her down below. The next case is even more disturbing. It's about a woman from Poland, and what happened to her is chilling. A sailor out on his boat noticed something strange floating in the river, and what he found was truly shocking. This video will break it all down, so make sure to watch until the end.
This is considered one of the most shocking cases in Polish history. On January 6, 1999, a sailor in Poland noticed something strange floating on the river. It was long and pale and it smelled very bad. And as he leaned in closer to get a better look, he saw an ear attached to it. Now what I'm about to say next is very disturbing, so be warned. After the sailor found this substance, DNA testing then indicated it was the skin of a missing woman named Katarzyna Zawada. And whoever did this to her turned her skin into a suit and was likely wearing it. So at this point, only her skin was found. Until January 14th, when pieces of her clothing and one leg was found also in the river. 17 years later, 52-year-old Robert J. was arrested for this. He previously worked in a dissection lab, meaning he was skilled in preparing animal skin, and he allegedly also knew the victim. As of October 2022, 23 years since the victim was found, Robert J. is still awaiting trial. As he remains in custody, investigators are allegedly gathering more evidence to solve the case.
It's heartbreaking to think about what happened to this poor woman. I still can't believe someone could actually do that. The next tragic case takes us to Mexico. By the way, let me know what country you're watching from down in the comments. This woman was a live streamer simply working at her store when a man disguised as a delivery driver walked in. But instead of delivering anything, he pulled out a gun and shot her while she was live on stream. This TikTok will explain everything in detail.
Let's talk about
the Valeria Marquez live stream incident.
If you haven't heard about this incident, watch this video. This happened in Mexico. It all started with a woman named Valeria, who was live streaming normally on TikTok from her beauty salon. She seemed very happy at the time, talking with her fans. However, a stranger, apparently pretending to be a delivery person, entered the salon and gave her a gift. But the gift was just a trick to get close to her. Then, the stranger pulled out a gun and shot her multiple times. After that, the murderer turned off the live stream. The video left many people in shock. Soon, everyone was talking about the incident and sharing it all over social media about how Valeria was shot live on TikTok. May Valeria rest in peace. Stay safe out there.
This one is absolutely horrifying and heartbreaking. I feel so bad for Valeria. Make sure to drop rest in peace in the comments for this poor girl. The next story is just as terrifying. A young boy was trying to sleep in his home when he suddenly heard noises inside. Someone named Lee had broken in and actually tried to stab his mother, but incredibly, the boys stepped in and saved her. This video explains the whole situation.
In 2008, 9-year-old Nathan Thompson faced a nightmare no child should ever experience. Late one night in their home in Scotland, he awoke to the sounds of a violent struggle downstairs. As he crept towards the noise, his blood ran cold. His mother was on the floor, soaked in blood, as an intruder plunged a knife into her again and again. Nathan didn't hesitate. He charged at the attacker, screaming, his small fist pounding against the man's body. The intruder barely flinched before turning the blade on the boy, slashing deep into his face. Blood streamed down Nathan's cheek, pain searing through him, but he didn't stop. He clawed, kicked, did anything he could to distract the man from his mother, whose breaths were growing weaker by the second. His desperate assault bought just enough time. His mother, trembling and drenched in blood, used the last of her strength to crawl to the door and unleash a scream so chilling, it sent neighbors rushing to call the police. Sirens blared in the distance. The intruder, realizing he had no time left, fled into the night, leaving behind a scene of horror. Nathan collapsed beside his mother, gripping her hand, whispering that help was coming, that she had to stay awake. When paramedics arrived, they found the boy refusing to let go, his own face slick with blood and tears. His mother had endured 12 stab wounds, but survived. Nathan's face required stitches, but his deepest wounds were the ones that couldn't be seen. His act of sheer bravery did not go unnoticed. One of Scotland's senior law officers nominated him for a bravery award, honoring the boy who, despite overwhelming terror and pain, refused to let his mother die without a fight. Nathan Thompson, just 9 years old, became a symbol of courage, a child who stood between a murderer and the woman who gave him life.
This one actually has a good ending. I'm so glad the boy and his mother both survived. Comment below if this story made you happy. The next story, though, is completely insane. It's about someone who actually died while on a playground swing, which sounds unbelievable but really happened. Make sure to watch until the end to hear the full story.
This has to be one of the most tragic incidents involving a child you will ever hear. On May 22nd, 2015, 25-year-old mother 𝗻cie 𝗪𝗋 took her 3-year-old son 𝗂𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏 Dino Lee to the park for some quality time. Once they got there, 𝗻cie placed her son on one of the swings and began pushing him. All was good until 𝗻cie started hearing voices around her and found herself in some sort of trance and was unable to lift 𝗂𝘂𝗯𝗀 out of the swing.
This is already terrifying. Imagine if some kind of monster actually possessed her while she was on the swing. That would turn the whole thing into a complete nightmare.
And when she snapped out of it, she found herself pushing her dead 3-year-old son 𝗂𝘂𝗯𝗀 on the swing with police officers surrounding her. It turns out 𝗻cie was a schizophrenic and she forgot to take her medication. And she pushed her son 𝗂𝘂𝗀𝗀 nearly 44 hours on the swing without stopping. Temperatures fell as low as 51 degrees and it was raining when she was pushing him, which caused 𝗂𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗏 to die from dehydration and hypothermia.
Oh wow, I can hardly last an hour on a swing, so the thought of swinging nonstop for 2 whole days just sounds absolutely insane.
During her trial, the judge found 𝗻cie not criminally responsible and sent her free under a 5-year conditional release order, saying that she must see a psychiatrist and take her medication. This case is so sad, and can you imagine being this mother snapping out of that trance? She was probably so scared and confused and was wondering what happened to her little boy.
I can't believe that woman never faced any consequences for causing her own child's death. The truth was heartbreaking. The girl was terrified because she was being chased, and the person after her likely ended her life and left her in a tank. Such a tragic fate. Rest in peace to her. And now we come to the final story, the most horrifying case I've ever heard in my life. You do not want to miss this, so make sure to watch until the very end.
Let's talk about.
𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏𝗿
In the 1990s, a Mexican television channel broadcasted information about missing people. These broadcasts often appearing during commercial breaks, aimed to spread awareness of missing individuals. Each broadcast featured the person's name, age, and date they went missing. One particular broadcast, however, people were shocked. The broadcast of Celine Delgado, a woman who went missing on April 22nd in 𝗃𝗏𝗯𝗏𝗏 Obregón, Mexico City, was allegedly interrupted during a children's television show. Her photo was replaced with an unsettling image.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón. Selene Delgado López se ignora su paradero desde el 28 de mayo del año 2000.
If I saw this live, I think I would actually poop my pants. That's how scary it is.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
People were shocked because of this. It was interrupted by this man. And thousands of children were horrified.
I did some digging on the dark web and discovered that this man was actually the one behind the kidnapping, and he's the reason this poor girl lost her life. It's truly heartbreaking. Comment rest in peace if you made it this far. And before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.